We start with 4, but in the end, there can be only 1. Kia ora, I'm Chris Kirk, and this is Brainbusters. Who has the mind power to make it all the way through the rounds and end up at this, the Brainbuster?
It's your boy Mikey Falesiu, aka Mr. Brainbuster. 1 out of today's 4 players will be going home with that big cash prize. Who will it be? Let's find out, Chris.
Kia ora, Mikey, and as always, you can play from home as well. So let's meet today's Brainbusters. Nau mai, haere mai, welcome to Brainbusters. Today we have 4 players hoping they've got what it takes to be called the ultimate Brain Buster. We'll start with Mega Memory before we make our way into our specialist subject rounds where our players can choose from 6 of our options. They'll hope to gain enough points to stay in this game and avoid elimination. So let's meet our players now. Firstly, James, great to have you here on the show. See you're into your soccer. Who do we play for?
I play for Manura AFC in Auckland.
Nice. How long have you been playing for?
For many years, probably since I was 2.
Absolutely love it.
Yes.
Quite competitive?
Yes.
Great, that's what I like to hear on Brainbusters. Tyreek, great to have you here on the show also. Do a bit of cooking?
Yeah,
What do we like to cook?
like risotto and stuff.
Oh, nice. We'd have to try that at some point. Sophie, welcome to the show. Bit of a singer, I hear. Are we in any bands or choirs or anything?
I've been in school choirs.
Awesome. And you play some cricket?
Yeah.
Bat, bowl, bow?
I'm a rugby bowler, but I like batting.
Nice. And who do we play for?
I play for Takapuna Cricket Club.
Shout out to Takapuna. Deshana, also a cricket player. So who do you play for?
I played for my school last year.
Nice. And do we bat, bowl?
I like doing both.
We might have to have an annual Brainbusters cricket match after the show. Anyway, let's worry about that later because it's time to get into our first round of the day. It's Mega Memory. 90 seconds on the clock for our players. Best of luck to all of you. Your time starts now. Beginning with K, what opens a lock? James.
Key.
What colour is SpongeBob SquarePants? James.
Yellow.
Which country is home to the rugby team called the Māori All Blacks? James.
New Zealand.
When doing embroidery, do you normally use a needle or a screwdriver? Tyreek.
Needle.
Which is a clothing store, Cotton On or Cotton Off? Sophie.
Cotton On.
The Lion King is set in which continent? James.
Africa.
In rugby, which position wears number 15? James.
Fullback.
In stone fruits such as cherries, where is the stone? Tyreek.
The centre.
Beginning with T, what device measures temperature? Tyreek.
Thermometer.
Who released the album Melodrama in 2017? Sophie.
Lord.
What is the main ingredient in candy floss? Tyreek.
Sugar.
What does New Zealand's currency NZD stand for? James.
New Zealand dollar.
What decade did humans first walk on the moon? James.
The 1960s.
In a netball uniform, what does GS stand for? Deshana.
Goal shooter?
Correct. Is Te Urewera National Park in the North Island or South Island? Tyreek.
North.
Who was the Sherpa who reached the summit of Mount Everest with Edmund Hillary? Tyreek. Any answer? Tenzing Norgay was the answer to our final question there. Very well played, all of you. A lot of points on the board. Let's take a look and see just how many. James is out in front on 70 points. Tyreek has 40 points. Sophie has 20 points. And Deshana is on 10 points. So now we move into our specialist subject rounds. And starting us off today will be Deshana. What are you going to play?
Spellbinder.
Thank you, Deshana. Let's play Spellbinder. Deshana, please step forward. Rate our spelling skills, do we, Deshana?
It's okay.
We'll put it to the test right now. 20 points for each word you say correct. Best of luck. Your first word is valley.
VALLEY.
Nice start. Billion.
BILLION.
Correct. Separate.
SEPERATE.
Needed an A instead of the E there, sorry. Clarinet.
C-L-A-R-I-N-E-T.
Took your time and is correct. Republic.
R-E-P-U-B-L-I-C.
Awesome work. Dispute.
D-I-S-P-U-T-E.
Well done. Thank you for playing Spellbinder. With a whole lot of correct words, Deshana jumps to first place with 110 points. We now move on to our second player for this specialist subject round, and that player is Sophie. What would you like to play?
Blueprinter.
Kia ora, Sophie. Let's play Blueprinter. Sophie, please step forward. Think we've got a good memory, Sophie?
Hopefully.
We're about to find out right now. 30 seconds to have a look at what your blueprinter is. 30 more seconds to put in all of those answers. Good luck. Let's see what your blueprinter is. Auckland Hospital. Your time starts now. Aotearoa's largest public hospital and clinical research facility, Auckland City Hospital employs over 1,400 medical staff and carries out an average of more than 80 operations per day. Five seconds left. That's time, 30 seconds now to put in your answers, and that is going to start now. Halfway. Not that you needed the other half because you have put them in very quickly. Confident?
Yeah.
I like it. All right. That was so quick. Hopefully it means we see a whole lot of green. First one. Not the start we would have hoped for, but that's okay. Plenty more to go. Te Whare Awhina is correct. Starship, also right. Supply store is correct. Looking good now. Ronald McDonald House as well. And the taxi stand to finish off. A little bit nervous at the start there, but we came right and played very well. It's now Sophie, top of the table with 140 points. And just like that, halfway through our specialist subject rounds, but all four of our players are wondering if they've got what it takes to go hang out with Mikey.
Here on the Brainbuster, if you make one wrong move, it could all go downhill. Hopefully not with today's final two. I'm feeling pretty confident they got this.
Definitely agreeing with you there, Mikey. And don't forget, you can play from home as well. Simply hop online to Hey Hey Games. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you right after the break. Well, kia ora, welcome back to Brainbusters. Just before the break, we had Deshana and Sophie, our two cricket superstars, take on their specialist subject rounds. And next up to the front is Tyreek. What would you like to play?
Identifier.
Thanks, Tyreek. Let's play Identifier. Tyreek, please step forward. All right, Tyreek, before we go any further, what's the key to a good risotto? What's the one thing you need to make sure you got right every single time?
The rice.
It's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into Identifier now. 20 points, of course, for each question you get right. Good luck. Here's the first one. Eliminate the three marsupials. Needed Swamp Wallaby to get that one right. Identify three things you might find in a New Zealand cave. All answers locked in there. Can we get some points on the board here? Oh, you had the stalactites, needed to add the stalagmites as well. Identify the 3 characteristics of living things. All down the line. And all correct. There we go. Nicely done, Tyreek. And finally, for identifier, identify 3 separation processes of mixtures. Really had to think about this one. Want some more points. Can we get them? There it is. Well played, Tyreek. Thank you very much for taking on Identifier.
Thank you.
So with that, Tyreek moves into 3rd place now. So there is just one player remaining to take on this specialist subject round, and that player, of course, is James. What would you like to play?
Equalizer.
Lovely stuff, James. Let's play Equalizer. James, please step forward. 70 points after Mega Memory. Best of luck, 20 points for each of them. Let's get into it. 112 plus 69 equals.
181.
Yeah, just ran out of time. Sorry, James. Would have been correct as well. 15 multiplied by 3 plus 18 equals.
63.
Is correct. 25% of 48 plus 35 equals.
47.
Nicely done. 23 multiplied by 6 equals.
138.
Quick on that one. 76 divided by 4. Subtract 25 equals.
-6.
Well done. And finally, 139 add 21 divided by 5 multiplied by 0.5 equals.
16.
Great job. Thank you very much, James, for playing Equalizer. All of our players have completed this specialist subject round, so let's take a look at the leaderboard. James has 170 points, Sophie has 140 points, Tashana is on 110 points, and Tyreek is on 80 points. So some good points there, but unfortunately we do need to eliminate our first player, and I'm sorry to say, Tyreek, it will be you. The great news for you is you've got yourself $100 bank account, so what will you do with that money?
I will end up saving it, or I might spend it on stuff for my room.
Some great options. Tyreek, it's been great having you here on the show. And congratulations to our remaining players. It's one step closer to that Brain Buster.
Ooh, things have just gotten real. 3 players left, 2 will race, but there can only be 1 winner. Let's go, Chris.
Kia ora, Mikey. And before we get to the Brain Buster, we do have our Brain Teaser. Now, all of our players today have gone through their specialist subject round, and we are left with 2 options for our players to choose from. Today, those options are Reo Rangatira and Sequencer. So, James, Sophie, and Tashana, please select which one you would like to play now. Thank you, everyone, for voting. We will start with James, who has selected Sequencer. Sophie would like to play Reo Rangatira. So it comes down to Tashana, who has voted for Sequencer. Thank you, everyone, for your votes. Let's play Sequencer. Some pretty close scores and some good points up for grabs. So let's get straight into Sequencer. First question. Operation, Checkers, Pandemic. In what order were these board games invented? Tashana.
Checkers, Operation and Pandemic.
Deshana currently sitting in that elimination spot. Wants to avoid it. Nicely done, Deshana. Lord releases her debut single, Royals. Jonah Lomu debuts for the All Blacks. Sir Ernest Rutherford splits the atom. And what, James?
Sir Ernest Rutherford splits the atom first, then Jonah Lomu's debut, and then Lord releases her debut single.
Buzzed in straight away, didn't even give me a chance to finish the question. In what order did these New Zealanders achieve these milestones? Was it worth jumping in early? Sure was. James extending that lead. Bing, Siri, Google. In which order were these technologies first launched? James.
Google, Bing, Siri.
Blink and you missed those answers. That was quick. James feeling pretty confident. And that would be why. Beauty and the Beast, The Tale of Despereaux, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. In what order did Emma Watson star in these movies? Sophie.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Beauty and the Beast. The Tale of I can't say.
Tale of Despereaux. Needed to swap it round, yeah. Harry Potter first in 2002, then The Tale of Despereaux 2008, and Beauty and the Beast in 2017. Finally, for your brain teaser. Rakiura Stewart Island, Cape Reinga, Farewell Spit. Arrange these New Zealand places in order of location. Sophie.
Cape Reinga, Farewell Spit, Stewart Island.
Sophie. Knew she needed these points here. It was north to south, meaning Sophie, you are correct. Very lucky as well. And just like that, we have wrapped up our brain teaser. So let's take a look at the scores. James pushes that lead out to 230 points. Then we have Sophie and Deshana both on 140 points, which means we have a tie. So we go now to our tiebreaker round. The first person to buzz in and give me the correct answer will go through. But if you buzz in and give the incorrect answer, your opponent will go through. Our two cricketers. So a bit of a super over, really. Who will hit a 6 and who will be given out? Let's find out now. Is Foursquare the name of a supermarket
Supermarket.
or a really uncool clothes shop? Supermarket is correct. Sophie, once again, making it very, very tricky on herself, but you have gone through. Congratulations. Deshana, I'm sorry to say you have been eliminated from Brainbusters. A great cricket innings, if I do say so myself. And the good news is you've got a $100 bank account. What will you be doing with the money?
I'm going to save it up, but the plan could go differently.
Thank you for your honesty, Deshana, and thank you so much for coming onto the show. All the best with the cricket as well.
Thank you.
And congratulations to James and to Sophie. For them, it's now on to the Brainbuster.
Upper body strength, lower body strength, and determination is what one of our top 2 contestants will need to be crowned as the Brainbuster champ. Who will it be? Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Kia ora and welcome back to the show. We started with Mega Memory, moved into our specialist subject rounds, we've had the brain teaser, and now it's time for the big one, the Brainbuster!
It's showtime for our final 2 contestants, James and Sophie. Well done to you both on making it this far. Now I know, James, you're at the top of every round, man. And here you are at the Brainbuster. You ready to put the icing on the cake?
Yes, but a bit nervous overall.
Oh, well, I'm going to ask you to do one thing. Just take one deep breath in and breathe out. You're going to be fine, man. Best of luck to you. Sophie, tiebreaker there with Deshana, but you managed to get through here to the Brainbuster. I'm sure you're stoked about that.
Yeah, really stoked.
And I know you also do cross-country. You got to be fit for that, right?
Yeah,
You think you can get through the Brainbuster using that fitness?
hopefully.
Best of luck to you. It's now time to jump onto our zip lines and let's get ready to fly. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, fly! A smooth start for James and Sophie as they make their way across the brainstem zipline and begin to quickly whip their harness off. It's the Takapuna cricket star Sophie first down the neurotransmitter, and James from Manurewa AFC is right behind her. As they both begin to make their way through the Corpus Colossum, it's still Sophie in the lead. But have our two finalists remember that code. Sophie's got it. So does James. Sophie gets off that wall super fast and has pushed out her lead over James. She's through the tunnel already. James is now up the wall and is going to try catch Sophie if he can. Through the tunnel he goes. He'll need to get across the frontal lobe before Sophie activates her switch. Looking good so far. Sophie's made it to the DNA molecule ladder. And Sophie's got it. Just the basal ganglia stands in the way of Sophie heading through to amygdala. Meanwhile, James hasn't given up and is stepping like a boss across the frontal lobe. Sophie is first to reach the buzzer, but it's not stopping James from finishing this race in style. Cut a fewer, James. You're almost there. Under and over he goes. What a race!
Hits that buzzer, and that is our race complete. Well done to both of you. James, we'll start with you. Second place today here on the Brainbuster. Gave it your all. How much fun was that obstacle course?
Very fun.
Good fun. Well, hey, great effort. Thank you so much for coming onto the show. The good news for you is you've got yourself a $100 bank account. What are you going to do with the money?
Probably save it for something big.
Something big. Any ideas?
Not at the moment.
Something big.
Yeah.
Who knows what that could be? Well, hey, well done, James. Thank you very much. Sophie, congratulations. Clearly, those cross-country skills are really showing it today.
Yeah.
Race through that Brainbuster. What was going through your head?
I should be able to go through fast.
And that's exactly what you did, Sophie. The journey not over just yet. One thing left to do, and that is, of course, taking on Amygdala. Sophie, welcome to Amygdala. Congratulations on a great effort today as well. Let's quickly recap. You scored 150 points leading up to this. James, you've got to say a bit of a thank you to. He scored 230 points, meaning you get to take all of those points, add them to your total, and we are playing for $380. Whew. A lot of money. Let's see if we can win as much as possible. Good luck, Sophie. Here comes question number 1. Which flightless bird is the emblem for the New Zealand Air Force?
Kiwi?
Correct. The All Blacks' highest point scorer of all time is Dan who?
Carter?
Well done. What sort of creature is Dracula?
A vampire?
Good start here. Comedian Mike Myers is the voice of which green movie ogre?
Shrek?
To have a think about it, but got there. What does GST stand for?
I guess government.
What does GST stand for?
Government spent tax. I don't know. Yeah.
Government
Spent tax. I don't know.
spent tax.
That's all I can think of.
Unfortunately, not quite government spent tax, but a really good guess. Honestly, you're pretty close. It's goods and services tax. Really, really close there. All right, next one. Ping pong or King Kong? What is another name for table tennis?
Ping pong.
Played a bit of table tennis? It's also called ping pong. Well done. What type of reptile can have a rattle on its tail?
Rattlesnake, I think. Oh,
Well done. Finally, for amygdala. What is the name of a doctor who specifically looks after teeth?
dentist.
Brush our teeth twice a day, 2 minutes, every time. Floss. Good. It is, of course, dentist. Well done, Sophie. Let's take a look. $266. Woohoo! A lot of money. What are you going to do with it?
Probably save it or spend it to go out to have a fun time with my sister,
Nice. What's your sister's name?
Nadia.
Massive shout out to Nadia. Sophie, congratulations once again. $266.
Woohoo! Well done, Sophie. You happy with your performance?
Yeah.
And so you should be. If you think you can tackle the Brain Buster just like our girl Sophie, jump online and head to Hey Hey Games.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Until next time, that's it for Brainbusters.